I think a lot of early photographers are really caught up with the idea of, oh, I'm going to create a singular iconic image that's going to really take my career to the next level. More often than not, there's a larger ecosystem when it comes to building a career in photography. I love being able to capture beautiful cinematic moments and spaces. Realizing that I could do that and have it resonate and make people feel emotions through my images, that's really what first drew me to photography. I played piano growing up because my mom is a piano teacher. And then I got into cello. I think that was really the foundation for me when it came to being exposed to the arts and what it meant to be an artist. Photography is not just getting behind a camera and clicking a shutter, but it's learning the ecosystem of what drives the craft of photography. These are my 4 steps for getting started as a photographer. Engineering serendipity means putting yourself in spaces that you typically might not be comfortable in and trusting that good things will happen. When I first came out to New York, I'd moved from the Bay Area because I'd been there all my life. I wanted a fresh change of scenery, and a lot of that was driven by the spice of New York. Sometimes a lot of the magic happens when you force yourself into an uncomfortable situation, but you trust your instinct and you trust your ability to be able to execute in those environments. I started saying, okay, I don't have too many friends here, I don't know too many people here, but let me just plant some roots and figure it out. Some of the biggest clients and opportunities that I got were all centered around the relationships that I built early on in New York. After work, I'd go into different spaces and communities and try and meet people. And I just knew it would lead me to different avenues of opportunity. Oftentimes people think about building your network as a very transactional event. It's like, oh, let me hand out my business card to as many people as I can. How I really approached it is thinking about building relationships and friendships first, and everything that comes after that is a byproduct of that relationship and friendship. Turning that whole idea on its head was really foundational when it came to building my network. Community is so important because photography is really team-oriented. Depending on your genre, you have to have either a great creative director or someone who really knows lighting, producer, assistants. Everyone plays a different role in crafting that compelling narrative. When it comes to image making and storytelling, I think it's important for artists to really have a voice in what they want to say and how they want to say it. My vision as a photographer is to normalize Asian American beauty, belonging, and individuality, and that's the core of what I create. The shoot today really stems from the emotional effects on the Asian American community, given the anti-Asian racism and hate crimes here in the US. I really wanted to use this as an opportunity to create a fashion fine art interpretation. I was building a mood board for each shot. I started thinking about models and subjects that would be great for each image. And then from there, building a team of hair, makeup, fashion, styling. For me, it was figuring out how do I craft a compelling visual story through lighting, poses, and gestures to really capture these complex range of emotions from sadness, grief, anger, but also then to hope and unity and optimism. In my first year of photography, I had a lot of moments of doubt and anxiety where I was like, did I make the right move? It wasn't until I had a little bit of clarity around the different elements of my photography business and also more of a voice as a photographer was when I really started realizing that I made the right choice and I feel confident in where I am. I didn't really know exactly when that leap was going to be. I was like, all right, well, let me just jump into the deep end and figure it out. That non-linear journey of being an artist is magical, but definitely still be smart with how you make that leap. when it comes to having a bit of money saved up or understanding what your resources look like. If you have the confidence that you'd be able to sustain yourself for a year or 2 years or even 6 months, then it's like, okay, it's time to jump. Thanks for making it to the end of my story. Now it's time to make yours. So click the link below to join my Skillshare class.